G'day guys, Peter here from Oz Commercial Sewing Machines. Today's video is going to be threading our new overlocker, the 747FN. This is our basic overlocker with adjustable LED light. It's either on or off. Okay, and we have needle positioning here as well. So it's up or down. Okay. We've got the speed control and we've got the programming parameters. So before we get into this video, we'll open the covers. So we slide this one across and pull it out to reveal all the guides inside. And then this one here, there's a little button right here. We push that in, which releases the main door on the left side. So let's get to the threading of this machine. So we'll start the threading video by obviously coming up to the 4 thread post that we've got as comes standard with the machine. Okay, so we've got the lower looper, the upper looper, the right hand needle, and the left hand needle. Okay, so we'll start by going, all of these go to the same place, so we'll just cover all of these in one little section here. So we'll go up to the main arm. Now you come from the back side through to the front side and then come down to the spreader. Okay, so you got the 4 positions with the little plastic guides just to protect the thread in each of those, and then we'll come down to the top guide on the machine. Okay, from there everything happens where it goes through the tensions. They all go through the tensions the same way, but we'll cover each one individually. Before we go any further, this is the thread diagram that we have for threading the machine. Now it is pretty vague, it doesn't show exactly in the system where the thread goes. So that's one of the main reasons for processing this video. So we'll start from the lower looper and we'll continue on from there. So once you get to the top bar there, the main bar where all the thread comes into the tension assemblies, you can see there that what we've done is come through the right hand guides, gone underneath, and then come back out and gone through the top side again and down into each of the tension assemblies. So you can see that we've done that on each of them. They're all the same. Okay, now these last 2 tension assemblies, the 2 loopers, have actually got an exit point down here. But these two, the 2 needle threads, do not have an exit point because they go straight across into this guide over here. So once we go through on the lower looper here, so we'll come from this guide down to this entry point where it comes inside the mechanism and down in through the head for both the loopers, because everything's down underneath for those 2. Now we'll get into the inside of the machine and the threading of all the different actuators. Okay, so now we're looking at the inside of the machine, and you can see we've just been to these 2 points, the entry points into the body of the machine. So we'll start with the lower looper here. That's this thread. Okay, so first port of call, we're coming down to this guide here, which it is adjustable, but we're just going to leave everything as it is because this is a factory set. It's a brand new machine and it sews really well. So we'll come down to here. Okay, the next port of call is we've got this little rotating arm down here. We come into the bottom side of it. Okay, into the front and out through the back. Now you'll see a crossover here. This one here is actually the upper looper, so we're following this one. So it goes into the outside guide up here. It's actually coloured green. Okay, and then we come across into here. Okay, there's the next guide. And then from there, now we're going to rotate the machine. So we'll just, we turn, the hand wheel goes away from us, not towards us like a standard machine. So we can get that looper to come all the way over. Okay, there it is there. You can see that's the, oops, sorry about that. I just banged the tripod. So from here, okay, the next port of call is up to the lower looper guide itself. So it's part of that lower looper. So we're going to pass through the front of that one. Then we have to go up a little. And you can see the head of the looper up here now. Okay, so once you come through this guide, we're going to go to the back side of the looper, okay, and pass the thread all the way through the machine. So we'll wind that back through so that the looper is on the other side, so we can get a better view of it there. I've brought you through to the other side of the machine where you can see the lower looper. Okay, so when we've passed that thread back through the head here, what we're going to do, it goes up behind the looper here. Now you can see there's an eye right there. You can sort of see right there on there. Okay, that is where the thread passes back through. So you've got to come from the back side through that hole. That's why you go up to the back of that looper. Then once you've passed the thread through here, we can put the looper back through to the other side so we can thread through the top of that looper. So we'll bring that lower looper back through. You can see it coming through there now. Okay, that's maximum throw. So once you've come through there, right through the back side there is where the thread comes through. You can see the channel that the thread is sitting in right there. Okay, so once we've come back through, you thread it through the eye, which is right on the tip of the looper right there. Right inside there. You can just see the hole there. Okay, and then that's your complete threading there for the lower looper. Now we'll do the upper threading. Okay, so back to the main area down below. Now we'll look at the lower. So we'll come out here, the same as we did before. There's the thread going in, there's the thread going out. So in line with where that comes out, the next one is here, this little guide right here. Then we'll go down to this one where we put that lower looper through earlier. We're going to put the upper one through the upper section of that. Okay, then we're going to come across and you can see the inside one is actually labelled yellow. It doesn't really correspond with the threading diagram that we looked at, but that's the next port of call right there. Now from there, we're going to go straight up in through the back of this guide here. Okay, and then from there, we'll take you out and go right in so we can see, because it goes in further than what the rest of them do. Okay, so this is where we are right here, right there. That thread then passes through. We might wind that through so that we can see better. Okay, and then that brings the upper looper across as well, where we can see it a bit better. There we go. So you can see there, from in here, then it goes in deeper, in through there. Then it'll come up and go through it. And it'll come up and go through the back of the upper looper. As you can see what we've done there. And then you can see where it actually sits inside the groove of that looper there, the thread. Then we thread it from front to back through the end of the looper, and that's the end of the threading for the upper looper. So we'll just leave it here for a minute so you can get a good view, and I'll rotate the machine a little bit so you can see exactly where the threads are going and what they're doing from the front side. This is looking directly in from the front, so we're winding the machine through in the direction of rotation, nice and slowly. So you can see what's going on and how all the thread take-up system works on the inside of the machine. Okay, so now we'll go to the needle threading. Okay, with the needle threading, it's fairly straightforward. This one here is the inner needle. This one here is the left-hand needle, or left-hand, right-hand needle. Okay, so what we're going to do, it comes in as per usual, goes around the tension discs, inside the tension discs obviously, so if you need to you can pull the tension discs apart to make sure that it's properly seated. Then we're going to come through down to this guide here, which is the silicone oil bottle. It's the lubricant, thread lubricant to keep the needles cooler. Okay, I haven't run any silicone lube in this machine. So we'll come in, and this one here, the right-hand needle, I've put through the outermost guide. So if you look there, it's a little bit difficult from this angle, but there is actually 1, 2, 3 holes in this guide. Okay, I've used the third hole right here on the edge for the right-hand needle. Okay, then we're going to come across. Now there's one hole in here. You can just see it there. Both threads are passing through it. Then we're going to go on top of this rocker. Okay, so that just lifts the thread, and it helps with the take-up of the thread from the needle position. Now with the right-hand needle, we're then going to go through to this guide, front to back and down through the back. And once we've done that, come down here, we'll go through the front. This is the needle bar guide here, and it slips in underneath the spring-loaded system that we've got here. Now it covers both sides. You can see it, I'm moving it there. Now that holds the thread in place. It's a little stopper here that stops the thread from gliding over to each different other side. So we've got right-hand needle thread, left-hand needle thread. So the right hand will come down. Once we've got it back through the back there and put in through underneath this system here, we can then thread the eye of the needle, which you can see coming up there, down through the eye of the right-hand needle. We're a little bit high and there's a guard in the way, but that's fine. It's just threading a needle like it would normally do on a machine. Okay, so now we'll cover the left-hand needle. Left-hand needle comes through the thread guide again at the top, down and around through the tension discs. Again, if you need to, that can be pulled out so that you can make sure that the thread is seated properly. Now I've put this one through the very back hole, the one closest to the machine, as that's where it just sits better when it's coming across here, and it comes out of the tension discs right there anyway. So if we bring it out, it would tend to not sit as well coming through the tensions. Now I've gone through this hole again, up and over onto the top of this rocker, and I've gone through the inner hole. There's only 2 holes in this one here, and I've gone through the innermost, the one closest to the head. Then when you come out of there, you go up to this guide up here, down, and same thing, down through this side, put it underneath this little spring-loaded holder, and then we can come down and thread the left-hand needle from there. Doing a little bit closer here so that we can see exactly where the guides are. So those are the 3 holes there in the silicone oil jar. You can see the 2 holes that I've used. The first one back there, and then that one in through there. Then you come through, you can see up here there's 1 hole. It's a larger hole through the bottom. Then we've rolled over the top of this. Then we've used the 2 holes here for each of the respective needles. In through the back, down in through. Now I'll move this again and you can sort of see. Okay, so the thread sits in behind that, and that just holds it in place. Then we can go down to the eyes of the needles. You can see them right there. So I hope this video has been helpful and useful for you if you've got a 747. Thank you.